loading up on that bait. Well, as you can see, today we're out on another boat session. I'm joined today by Captain Liam.
Hi.
He's just setting up a shark rod. Now the plan of action today, we're going to do a bit of mixed fishing. The conditions are nice, we're in a nice sheltered area here, it's flat calm sea. Now we're going to be after a variety of fish. I'm going to drop probably a mackerel bait down, try for a ray or anything like that. Liam's currently setting up a shark rod. We're going to be trying for a tope. We've got bass rods with us today. We're going to be doing some lure fishing for bass later on. And yeah, that's the plan of action. So we're just setting up the rods now. I'll tell you what we're up to. Liam picked up some mackerel on the feathers just before, so we've got some live bait in the box and we're ready to go.
I put it on the wrong way, because it should be the other way, eh? Because it should be there. Have I? No, because don't forget the rod's got to be like that, eh? That is right, it's just weird. It's old school. Just be careful and put your rig down on the floor there, alright? So this is starting off a lot shallower.
Yeah. What are we in? 21.
21.
So there's a few mackerel that Liam caught before. That's what we're using for bait at the moment. Now on my rod here, I've just got a fillet of mackerel, and on the bigger rod here, for hopefully a tope, got a mackerel flapper. And we're also going to be cooking up one of these later on. I bought a stove with me today, so there's a nice big one there. We'll probably keep that and we'll cook that up in a few hours time. Liam's into a fish here. Could be another dogfish. We had two so far. One of them was foul hooked. But we are coming up to slack tide, so the dogfish could be biting. And it is a doggy. Need me to grab it. There we are.
Exactly what everybody wants.
Yeah, not what we're after.
This way. So if you look at the sounder now, there isn't anything showing.
Yeah, there we go. Straight into it.
This way again. I wouldn't worry about anymore.
No.
We've got loads.
Sweet. Fish number 5, 6?
6, I think.
Number 6. Well, as you can see, we're anchored up now. Now we're done with bait fishing. That didn't exactly go to plan. We must have had about 7 or 8 dogfish between us, and that was it for today. So we've finished doing that now. We've come round to a lovely little cove here where the sun's out. As you can see, it's flat calm. Liam's at the front of the boat having a few casts with his bass rod, and I'm about to cook up some mackerel. So I've got it all laid out here, ready to go. I'll go through it now and show you what I'm doing. Right, so here we've got our mackerel, lovely sized mackerel, that one. It's probably the biggest out of the lot that we got. I'm just going to take the 2 fillets off, and then all we're going to do is really simple, just pan fry it. I haven't got any special ingredients today, just a bit of salt and pepper, a bit of Guernsey butter, and that is it. Now, it's a little bit tricky doing it on the boat because you're rocking about a little bit, but it should be fine. Mackerel's easy to fillet. Just take it off like that. And then what we're going to do is take out the middle bones as well, down the centre. We can pan fry it and you'll have no bones. It's easy to eat. Liam's just informed me he's not a big fan of mackerel, so...
I just don't like the bones.
Well, he doesn't like the bones, so it should be okay. Now the rest we could keep, but we don't need any more bait for today. So that's gone over. So there we go, there's our 2 fillets. Now all I'll do now is just score the skin a little bit, season them up, and we'll get them straight in the pan. Right, so we've got our mackerel fillets. Just going to season them up. Some sea salt, black pepper, already mixed up in there. Pan on, getting warm, and then we'll get them in to cook in just a minute. Right, so here we go with a little bit of oil. That pan should be nice and hot now. Just going to turn it down a little bit. Mackerel's going to go straight in. A bit more salt and pepper on top. And we're cooking. Right, so we've got our mackerel frying away nicely. Now, I don't have any utensils with me today, so I'm going to have to use a knife. They are very hot. I'm going to flip them over, give them another minute or so each side, and then they'll be ready. A nice bit of mackerel to eat before we go do a little bit of bass fishing. So that's the mackerel ready. As you can see, we've got our professional plates here. Going to get that out of the pan. One for Liam, one for me. If I can actually get that out, there we go. There we are, a little bit of mackerel. It's a quick snack before we go do some lure fishing.
Beautiful. Nice one, Cal, thank you very much.
No problem.
It's very hot.
Liam's in, first cast. That's the spot. Hello. Is that a diver or scary?
Scary.
You get the net. There we go, Liam's into a nice fish. Got his first cast at this spot, so that's a good sign. Haven't seen it yet, so we're not sure on the size, but looks like a nice one, that. That is a nice bass. Yep, there we go, that's beauty. That's a solid bass.
Yeah, nice. That's the biggest one I've had for a while.
Nice. That's a cracking fish. That's a chunk. There we go. Solid bass that. What would you say, pushing 4 pounds?
Yeah, I reckon.
Beautiful fish. First cast on the Candy King, the deadly Sidewinder lure. Beautiful sark bass. Let's get her back in the water. There she goes. Woo!
We're filming.
Got a bass on here. On the new rod. Here's a little shiner. Hey, off he goes. Ooh, a bit lively. Only a small one, but oh no, he's off. I did think that was going to happen. Unlucky. Ah! They're still there. Really close as well. I don't know if you can see that very well, but we've just come across tons and tons of bass. They're absolutely everywhere. Now they're only small, and we've tried chucking any lure under the sun at them and they are just not interested. So I put on a little 7 centimetre Samson lure, something very small, just going to work it across the surface and see if that entices a bite at all. But yeah, they're literally throughout the whole bay, they're absolutely everywhere. Well, it may be one of the smallest bass you'll ever see, and I did actually think it was a bit of weed. But we've managed to hook a bass. Now, there are literally hundreds of them around here, but they're not this size, are they?
No, they're bigger than that.
Most of them are a lot bigger than this. I'd say 2.5 to 3 pound, and there's a couple of maybe even bigger ones in there. Now, this tiny one has obviously had the...
Didn't get the memo.
Yeah, had the balls to go for the lure. But the others, we just literally cannot get them to take any lure. We've tried soft plastics, divers, surface lures. I mean, I've chucked the smallest surface lure I have on, and still they're just following it every single time. But anyway, let's get this little guy back. Now we might give it a couple more casts. Liam's actually chucking some mackerel into the water to see if we can get them to feed on anything, just purely out of interest. They're just swimming all around it. But they're definitely bass, they're not mullet. So yeah, interesting to see. But we might give it 1 or 2 more casts and then we're going to call it a day and head off.